I believe I'm live on YouTube. I hope so. Somebody jump on and tell me that you can see me on YouTube. Can you see and hear me? Can someone jump onto the Roshan Melwani YouTube? Just make sure that we're live. Danielle, could you jump onto the Roshan Melwani YouTube, see that we're live really quickly before I go live on Insta, which is the main? Can you do that for me, Danielle? Can you hear me? Danielle, could you do that for me? Did you hear me, Danielle? I'm going to tell you a great story, Joe, in a second. Can someone jump onto the Roshan Melwani YouTube? I need to know that I'm live there. Check it. You're not live yet. What does it say, Danielle? Does it say anything? Danielle, can you help me out there? I am live. I'm trying to get live onto YouTube. Can somebody go see the Roshan Melwani on YouTube, what it says? Danielle, I see you there. Can you see? I have suits for every size. Can you please tell me if I'm live on YouTube? I'm born and raised in Hong Kong. Okay, great. We are live. You can see and hear me, right? So let me just go. Actually, I've got another phone here with me today. Can you see and hear me? Can you see and hear me? I am live. Yes. Okay, great. Can you see and hear me? I am live. Excellent. I'm happy that I'm live. Goodness me. I'm so happy that I'm live. Now, everybody on TikTok, like and share the live for me. Here we go. Goodness me. It is Typhoon 10 in Hong Kong. Okay. Which for you white people there, that's like a hurricane. All right. It's Wednesday morning in Hong Kong. I'm not wearing a full suit. Typhoon 10, which is like a hurricane. But I am here in my store, even though the airport has canceled all flights for 36 hours, even though every school in Hong Kong is shut, even though from what I see, everything outside is shut, even though my condo is shaking, I swear to you, I think it's fine on ground level, but my condo up on the 12th floor is shaking. But I am here at Sam's Tailor, not at the insistence of my father, but if I don't open the shop when the whole city is shut down, the government has said nobody can work, right? It's against the law. My father would open the shop. So, ladies and gentlemen, truly, you hopefully now understand. To my dad, I am just the watchman. And hence the Watchman's Hour was born. And this is maybe the 13th or 14th episode or 12th. I don't even know. I haven't kept track of it. This is how the Watchman's Hour was born, but it was generally for Sunday mornings. And this is a special Watchman's Hour for today, a Wednesday morning in Hong Kong when the entire city is shut down. No, I have nobody working right now. I can ask anybody to work. It's against the law. And like I said, if I did not open up Sam's Tailor, who's going to come and buy a suit in a hurricane? Okay. This is the ridiculousness of my father, which is what I've been telling you guys forever and ever. Okay. This is the ridiculousness of my dad. So I am here in Typhoon 10 at Sam's Tailor, where obviously nobody will venture out and purchase a suit. And if they do, hey, come on over. That would be great and stuff. But yeah, now you understand. Do you understand why I named my podcast The Watchman's Hour? Do you understand why my podcast was given birth by me? I mean, I never planned on doing something like this and stuff, sitting around on these Sunday mornings. So I will take questions at the end. Because it hasn't been a week, it's only been a few days since my last podcast. Maybe I don't have as much to talk about as I did every other podcast and stuff, because obviously a week has passed by. But I will happily take questions from you guys at the end of what I'm talking about. Okay, so please hang on to your questions. Please stick with me whilst I discuss stuff, and I promise you I will be all yours. I'm not wearing a suit, but I'm still dressed in business casual, which is rare for me. So you can see I'm wearing a black Sam's Tailor blazer, which is completely minimalistic in lining, and then just very sexy jeans from Private Collection in Dallas, Texas. And I bought this t-shirt in London. I don't know what the fuck it is and stuff. I don't know what the fuck it says. If anybody knows anything about the t-shirt, tell me about it. And then I've got my white Cole Haans, okay, which I don't wear to work, but I wear to the races when my horse is running and I'm dressed up in a suit. So there are different ways to dress up, but it is important to always have at least a jacket, at least a great jacket from me at Sam's Tailor. Help me to like and share the live, everybody. Help me to get the numbers up. It'll be worth everyone's while. The more people on, the more discussions there are. Lisa, I don't know if you're there. If you could give me a shout out, I can make you a moderator. Let me check if you're there. Danielle is moderating for me on TikTok. No, Lisa's not here. Aman, are you still stranded in the city? Aman had a great time. I'll answer all the questions at the end. Like I said, my horse had a trot yesterday. He's done one barrier trial. He's been injured for 6 months. And I'm so happy that you can see and hear me on YouTube. And if you could give me a roll call, that would be great. Lisa has finally joined. She can help me moderate. Don't keep things silly. Actually, anyone can say whatever they want. But during the Q&A, I will ban people. Now, listen, let me reinforce something first, okay? Let me reinforce something first. I'm not here. Let me tell you why I'm here. I'm absolutely only here on social media from day one, okay? And regardless of what your thoughts are, this is really important. You've got to understand this and you've got to believe this, okay? I'm only here to sell suits, all right? That's all. It's going to sound harsh, but it's not really that harsh. That's all I care about, okay? That's all I care about. I'm on social media. I've gone to social media to sell suits. That's all I care about, okay? But don't take that in a harsh way. I've said this many times before, that I've adopted a very different type of marketing strategy, okay? Very different type of marketing strategy. And my marketing strategy is that I open up my entire life to all of you, okay? Now, obviously, and in every interview that I've done, the focus is always like, but your signature videos, okay? Your signature videos get the most views. They get the most comments, they get the most forwards, they get the most shares, they get the most clips, they get the most rip-offs, they get the most reposts, they talked about the most, and that's why you keep getting banned, why you've been banned on everything, okay? I don't know if I've been banned on everything because of bots misinterpreting the parody video. I mean, it's parody videos, but the silly videos, or actually humans or whatever. But that's another topic, and we've always talked about that many, many times. So that's a topic for another day, or maybe even in the Q&A. But long before I was doing pinching people's ass and stuff, right? Okay. And long before I was slapping ass, right? It became slapping ass, and it was pinching ass and slapping ass and stuff, right? And sniffing and licking and kissing and whatever. Long before that, it was just dialogue. There was no touching, okay? There was no touching, right? It was just my comedy. And, my comedy got more and more aggressive, and it got picked up by Tom Segura, and then went really, really viral. Joe Rogan even discussed it, et cetera, et cetera. I starred live many, many times with Tom Segura and stuff, but it was just comedy. And then, of course, I took it up a notch, and I took it up a notch, and I took it up a notch, and I continue to take it up a notch. And there's less and less of those videos out there. I've said over and over again, I've got over 300 of those videos still on my iPhone for one day that I'm going to rain them fucking all out and go out into the sunset. Okay. But in addition to my comedic videos, right? You've seen my children grow up, all three of them. You've seen my meals outside. You've seen my workouts. You've seen my amazing rooms, villas, suites, vacations, celebrity work, anything and everything I've done. Okay. Because that is my marketing strategy, to be completely transparent. Okay. Live streaming, selling suits, or during the pandemic, I was the first to ever do that. That was genius. It was absolute fucking genius. Okay. I wouldn't say it kept my business afloat, but it kept income coming in, chunks and chunks of income daily, whilst China was locked in for 3 years. But adopting this I open up my entire life to you all transparency strategy, okay, all right, is hopefully for me that all of you like what you see, okay, and ultimately buy a suit from me, recommend people to buy a suit from me, or you can't buy a suit from me, but you can still recommend people to buy a suit from me. And whatever comes from that, right? Whatever else comes from that is a byproduct then of my transparency. And you know, a lot of what comes from that is what people constantly debate. And I've always said I don't really care about what people debate, right? And what people say. And that's the truth. Honestly, I do. Because if I did, okay, then I would have changed strategies, moved on to another tangent, taken the foot off the pedal, eased off, etc., etc. But I still do whatever I want that comes to my mind. Okay, it's purely unscripted. I don't know. I just do what I do. Okay, I'll post some stories later today about me pre-opening up the shop with me and Rian. The byproducts, you know, then of my transparency are what people constantly debate. Okay, and we can have that conversation now if you want. You know what I mean? What are the byproducts of this transparency in these ridiculous videos and every single thing that I do? Okay, is it fame? I don't know. I asked in the last Watchman'S Hour, specifically asked you guys, am I famous or am I infamous? Am I neither? Okay. But I didn't get any reply from you guys. I didn't get anything at all. Right. So I asked the question again. The byproduct of the stuff that I put out on social media, does it garner me fame? Does it garner me infamy? Okay. Does it make me just look like a loser, an idiot? Does it make me look like a hero? Okay. Is it entertainment? For me, it's entertainment. I mean, I think it's fucking hilarious, right? Okay. I think it's fucking hilarious. But it's also entertaining because it's so much BTS, like with the government stuff that I do, right? You get simple insights to the inner workings of the Hong Kong government. You get massive insights into, say, you know, a full consultation with Imagine Dragons, right? You get massive insights with a live stream consultation in London, right? With, say, Les Ferdinand and stuff, right? So there's so much insightful stuff, okay, that people can take from it, okay? There's so many byproducts of what I do, but ultimately it's about opening up my life to you guys, okay? And hopefully enticing you to come and buy a suit from me, right? And I mean that, right? There are other byproducts as well, such as legacy, heritage, and longevity. Okay, let's start in reverse order. The fact that I keep putting content out, right, keeps me relevant. There's this dirty line, right, by young people. Bro fell off, unk fell off, bro fell off, unk fell off. I mean, what the fuck are they talking about, bro? I mean, if you really think about this, okay, all right, I have been relevant from the start and I continue to be relevant. I continue to be here. I continue to put out content. Okay. People continue to watch me. I garner thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions of views, right, on a weekly basis. Okay. And again, I'll go back to the beginning. Am I doing that to garner views? No, I am doing anything and everything to sell suits. Okay. I'm here to sell suits. And that's basically it. And, you know, I wanted to say this at the end, but let me put it out to now. if my business now was just running, and I'm selling 40 suits a day, I'd have no time for social media, and I walk away from it. And I walk away from it happily and easily. Okay. All right. But another great pride product, going backwards again, now moving in reverse order, is heritage and legacy. Is my heritage and legacy tarnished? Possibly, right? My father built this great business, which I've now been a part of for 26 years. Okay. All right. My father built this great business, which I've been a part of for 26 years, right? It goes back to being the watchman. Okay. And I've discussed this before, but it's really important for me that you guys understand this, right? And if you can't understand it, whatever, but I will still put it out there yet again. Okay. My dad working with presidents, working with movie stars, working with A-list celebrities, high-tier politicians, working with so many Grammy award-winning and nominated performing artists and athletes, right? It is huge, right? Sam Taylor's celebrity status and fame came well before me. In the build up to me having children, okay? So I had my first child in 2009, okay? I'd always ask my dad, Papa, how did you do this? Papa, how did you do that? Papa, how do we get to meet the presidents again? I worked with President Clinton many times. He worked with him many times over. I worked with President Bush Sr. twice. He worked with President Bush Sr. many times over. I worked with President Bush once. He worked with President Bush Jr. many times over, okay? Stuff like that, Papa, how do I meet what was that guy called? Eric something another. I can't get into. How do I meet these people? How do I work with these people? He worked with James Brown. He worked with Sting. He worked with Gwen Stefani, Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson, Kylie Minogue, Jason Donovan, Bjork, Steffi Graf, Anna Kournikova. Who's the other Russian? Maria Sharapova. So the legacy goes on. I mean, the names of the celebrities go on and on. It's such a long list. If you've seen the shop tours, right, you can understand that how many celebrities my father worked with. Okay, before I came, whilst I joined him. Okay, he worked with Margaret Thatcher, John Major, Tony Blair, and then Boris Johnson during my tenure. But in everything and anything, right? Like, how do I do this? How do I join you? How do I achieve this for myself, right? Even simple stuff is, Papa, how do you get to work with the reporters from the Racing Post in Hong Kong and, the jockeys, the international jockeys, the local jockey? I'll never teach you. I'll never teach you. I'll never teach you. I'll never teach you. Or something in that connotation, okay? He openly said that he'll never teach me over and over and over and over again to me, okay? Or you do something, I mean, some crazy shit. And I've said this before as well. And then we'll talk about Rihanna at the end as well, right? And when I asked my uncle many times, I said, Uncle, I've asked my dad many times, teach me this, teach me that. My uncle, he'll never teach you. He'll never teach you. And they had their falling outs. Okay, even early in my career in Sam Taylor, right? I remember there's one notorious moment where my dad was on the front page of the South China Morning Post, which is our major newspaper here, right? And with Serena Williams, right? With either the gold medal, she had just come from winning the gold medal at the Olympics or something. My uncle was so pissed he didn't come to work for a week and stuff because he felt as though that, he's my dad's partner. He's working very hard in the business as well now. He's still working so hard. He has nothing to work for. He has no children. So I always tell my wife, if she ever criticizes my uncle, I always tell my children, go and hug my uncle every day and stuff. Because I'm like, he really is working for us. You know what I mean? Right? My expenses are the highest. He could walk away anytime and stuff. But my uncle would say, my dad will never teach you. He said, your father will never teach you anything. He said, never taught me anything. He didn't say that explicitly, but it's obvious. He never shared anything with my uncle. And he didn't plan to share anything with me. So after 10 years of working with my father, 2000, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So that's 10 years working with my father. I had my first child. And I said that, I got to be somebody as well, right? And I've said this before, I've already adopted early adopters. So Facebook became available to everybody in 2007. I started posting shit on Facebook, but not client shit. When it became easy to ship, when I moved to an iPhone 5, so what are we on, 17 now? So say 12 years ago. So I moved from BlackBerry to iPhone. So 12 years ago is when I could start posting more rapid fire stuff, right? And you know, I had to become, I wouldn't say that I wasn't my own man. Of course I was my own man, and I was servicing clients all day, every day, and our business was we were killing it. We are nowhere near as successful now as we were back then. And our fame is different as well. Okay. So I said that, you know, I can't just be the watchman. You know what I mean? I've been the watchman already 1 decade. Now I have my first child. I need to be somebody. So I just decided to be someone. And that someone wasn't someone different. Okay. That someone was just me. And it just coincided with the free tool that social media offers you, which is a window to the world, right? You can post, and that's it. I started doing videos which got 17 views, 16 views, 6 views, 0 likes, 1 like, this, that. You know, then it moved into the hundreds, and we're stuck there for a long time. Then it moved into thousands, and we stuck there for so long. And eventually, you know, it took off, and so forth. And that's why I have 10,500 posts on my Instagram. And that's why it hurts me every time Instagram bans me. Okay. Because, yeah, I'm literally, you know, it's all this young Chinese voice that has got, I'm never touching someone underage, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? All of it is, you know, floating on the line of the woke white West community guidelines, right? And look what they did to Jimmy Kimmel. But that's the right. Crazy. I'm not comparing myself to Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm just trying to give you something to understand. But at least it was humans doing it. Look what they did to Stephen Colbert, right? And that was the right again, not the left, right? But I don't know if these are bots that come after me or what, but have I tarnished my heritage? Have I tarnished my legacy? Will now a future president or a future prime minister be reserved with coming to work with me? Yes, of course. But whose fault is that? Okay. I did not plan to go down this path. Okay. I just sort of took this path. I just ventured down it, right? It was funny. It was fun. It was provocative, which is what I am, right? It was funny. It was fun. It was provocative. It was silly. It was humor. It was banter. And you know what? It is still funny. It is still fun. It is still humor. It is still banter. I don't understand why people take this shit so fucking seriously. Just enjoy the content and laugh, or fuck off. But has it tarnished my heritage and legacy? You could say so, yes. But whose fault is that? Is it my own? Okay, it's my own actions. But my father must garner some blame, because at never any instance during my long career, even till now, till today, he has ever taken me under his wing and ever tried to groom me. Okay? Ever, ever, ever. So what can I do? I cannot sit and be the watchman. It's 26 years later. Typhoon 10, hurricane, entire city shut down, all flights canceled, all schools canceled. Okay? All overland public service, so buses and overland trains canceled for 36 hours, right? Okay? But I don't understand sometimes why some things are like blocked out. I'm not sure some of the comments and stuff. I tried to help. You know what I mean? So if I've tarnished my legacy, I've tarnished my heritage, then he has to share some blame and stuff. And I really don't know. Only the end will decide. Okay? And I really don't know. Maybe I thought that I was the saving grace of Sam Taylor during the pandemic, because we couldn't get foreigners into Hong Kong, right? And over here, graduations were canceled. Graduations could not happen. My father's here, by the way. He just stepped in. Papa, can you come and say hello, please? Could you come and say hello, please? This is serious. We've got Instagram here, TikTok here, and YouTube here. Come and say hi to everybody. No, show your face, Papa. You need to bend down. Okay, there's my dad. It's my dad. And now YouTube. YouTube, please. Open. Hi. Okay. What's your plan today?
Nothing. I'm just come to look around. So Nothing happened to the shop.
Okay, did you go onto the street? Is your house shaking? Mine is shaking like a bitch. Anyway, so I don't know, right? And so I thought I was the savior of Sam Sailor during the pandemic, right? Because there was no graduation, no weddings, no parties, no cocktails, no events here for 3 years. Okay. So, but I started live streaming every day, and I was taking in chunks of cash, making amazing clothing for people around the world, existing clients and new clients. But that did not translate into the doors opening here at Sam Sailor once the pandemic was over. People were not rushing through the door. Now, for 3 years, everybody I met, every friend in Hong Kong that I've ever met said, bro, once the pandemic opens, it's going to be like a waterfall through your doors. The only waterfall through my doors were like fans wanting to take selfies, not to buy suits. I'll answer all your amazing questions if you stay with me. The beauty of staying with me till the end of my monologue is that I will answer all your questions and have serious conversations with you. Or did I scare away all the suit buyers? Did I scare away all the suit buyers? I don't know. You know what I mean? Did they say, fuck, this guy's a psycho, we're not fucking buying suits from him anymore? Or fuck, this guy's a psycho, we're never going to this business? Or is it a product of the economy, which is fucking shit and was? Is it a product truly that people are not buying suits? They're not wearing suits? Is it a product of what I believe it to be? It's all the anti-China rhetoric from the West. The product of travel warning still to Hong Kong. Where's the warning? We don't even have a fucking army here, bro. We don't have a fucking secret service. What's the travel warning to all American companies and institutions and universities and the same thing with the British ones and stuff, right? I don't know. All I know is I'm working like a dog. I've never had any appreciation. I don't want appreciation. I just want money. Okay. From I just want to be paid. I always said that. Okay. Never had any appreciation, never had any support. I've only ever been undermined by my father and uncle. And they've used the staff to undermine me as well. Right. And now even I'm not getting paid the way I was getting paid. When my kids are getting older and my expenses are getting higher. So it is a very difficult situation for me. But regardless, I can't just stop. I've never just stopped. Nothing's fazed me. When I've gone viral in dirty ways and my entire town, I'm talking about Hong Kong, with the news media picking it up here and gone against me. Okay. When I did a parody video and stuff once, many Easters ago, I have never veered away, hid away, shied away. What symbol, bro? It's fucking Hindu symbol. It's not a swastika. I can't even see it. I don't know where every fucking live stream someone's seeing this is a fucking Hindu symbol. It's not a fucking swastika, you dumb fucks. Jesus fucking Christ. It's from the fucking priest at my temple. Get over it, you dumb fucking uneducated fucks. Jesus. So I've never done anything else but stayed the course. All right. And continue to do what I think I should do. And I never really think about what I want to do. I just fucking do whatever the fuck I'm doing. And that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, these are questions that I would love to discuss to you, because as I continue to open myself up. So in this platform, right, the Watchman's Hour, rather than just me bark away, I will bare my soul to you and let you judge me. Okay? Have I tarnished my heritage? Have I tarnished my legacy? Have I decreased my longevity or increased it? I have no idea. But the course will give us the answer as we stay the course. The course will give us the answer. And that's basically it. What I always tell everyone, okay, is, are you brave enough to put yourself out there? Okay. Everybody asks how to be somebody. Okay. Everybody asks how to be somebody. But can you put yourself out there in a brave manner? Because you won't be somebody, because the world is so large, unless you put yourself out in a brave manner. And that is something I believe in. unless you can juggle the ball like fucking Neymar, right? Or sing a fucking symphony like fucking Bocelli, unless you have a 1 in a billion talent in this 8 billion person planet, okay, the only way that you can get out there on socials, okay, only way you can get out there on socials is if you're brave enough to put yourself out there in some sort of different way. But it shouldn't be an act. And I was talking about that last time, or sometime. It can't be an act. It can't be fake. You'll be caught out. You won't be able to continually put out fake shit. Okay? So you've got to be distinctive. You've got to be brave, but you've got to be original and you've got to be you. And a lot of people can't do that. And I'll give you one bit of advice on how to do it. Be self-deprecating. Can all of you please Google right now and tell me the definition of self-deprecating? Anybody? Can anybody tell me the definition of self-deprecating? Nobody can tell me the definition of self-deprecating. I have always been self-deprecating. It's part of my humor. It's part of my brand of humor. Okay. So that's one of the ways that I try and get people to laugh. I play the fool. I don't go out in videos and play pranks. Everything I do is real and it's about my work or my life. Okay. And I try to be the dumbass, the joker, the loser, the idiot. Okay. On purpose. And that's always been my brand of humor. That was the foundation of my brand of humor, was being self-deprecating. And of course, taking the piss out of whoever's with me and stuff. But I've always given people the platform first to take the piss out of me. And if they're not brave enough, then I'll turn on my brand of humor. So that was just me, and that's how I broke out before I'm slapping ass and all that shit, right? Okay? Okay? My foundation of being brave enough to put myself out there, okay, was being self-deprecating, okay? I always remember something I read, maybe in the BBC, maybe on SoccerNet. Danny Murphy used to play for Liverpool, and one of his jokes was like, I can't remember because it's like 20 years ago or more. And he said to his wife, I think his wife was being interviewed, "Do you want to carry this bag? It's very heavy. It's got my salary in it," or something. Okay. And so forth. And, that was one bit of amazing humor. I found it fucking hilarious. All right. And, even when I've showed off my villas and my suites, when I say suites, the rooms that I've stayed in, Ritz-Carlton, W, this, that, I'm just showing you what is a byproduct of what I do. Okay. Whether you get inspired by that or you shit on me for being an asshole, because it's very strange, because nobody shits on, like, who are those brothers? One of them was just in a boxing match and stuff. Nobody shits on YouTubers who show off their villas and their speedboats and their cars and stuff. But anytime I show off my fucking life, I get shat on. I think it's fucking hilarious, right? And I don't ever feel sorry for myself. I just wonder, why is it that, it's impossible for me to be misinterpreted. And if I really am being misinterpreted, okay, that's okay. But if I'm not being misinterpreted, yeah, the Paul brothers, that's exactly what I was talking about. So you know what I'm talking about. But if I'm not being misinterpreted, and I'm showing you so many facets of my life, including my vacations. Hey, I just went to London and look what the fuck I did. I tore it up. You know what I mean? Hey, I just went to Guangzhou. Look what I did. I fucking had the most amazing staycation at the Ritz. But I also gave a lecture. The Ritz hierarchy, the Ritz-Carlton hierarchy, was so enamored by me that on my penultimate day, well, before my penultimate day, they'd asked me, "Can we book in a day with you where you come and give a lecture to our team?" I never published that video because I've got so much content. But I mean, yet another crowning moment in my career, right? And the thing is that no matter how you judge me and what you say, at the end of the day, right? Let's do it in reverse order, right? I just was invited to speak at King's College London, which I did. I was invited to speak at the Oriental Club, centuries old institution, which I did. Prior to that, I spoke at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. They built a whole fireside chat over me. Okay. And I can go in reverse order with all the things I've done, having me flown to the Philippines to be interviewed by the biggest network there and stuff. So there's nothing, right, that has been able to derail me. I'm constantly surrounded by validation. I'm constantly surrounded by credence. Is that the correct word? Credence, right? But I still am willing to put myself out there to be judged side by side by my father's accomplishments. Okay? I know with what I've done, I will not be able to get an MBE from the Queen, now the King, like my father did, or an MBE from the Prime Minister of Fiji, like my father did, or knighthood from the King of Belgium, like my father did. No, I've definitely tarnished myself, right? But my dad never groomed me for that, which is the sad thing. He never took me under his wing. I don't know why. You know what I mean? We could have made such a fucking great team. If you guys want me to speak anywhere, set it up for me. Make it happen, okay? We could have made such a great team, right? My talent and his. But I don't know, right? So I could have stayed the Watchman, which I still fucking am for him, or I break out the way I did. And that's what I did. And if you want to break out, you need to say to yourself that, are you brave enough to put yourself out there? Can you be self-deprecating if you have no other talent that will distinguish you? Okay? If you don't have a talent about, being 1 in a billion. This is my podcast. I spoke to Rian maybe yesterday. Have you all followed Rian's new channel? Rian set up his new channel maybe about a month ago at Roshan Melwani, only on Instagram. That's the only thing that he's going to focus on. He'll post something every few days, just that he's still young. He's not walking around garnering content like I am. I will answer all the questions at the end of the stream. And yeah, I spoke to him and I told him this, right? I said that you can't get away. I hope you all go and follow at Roshan Melwani, or at least you don't want to hit the follow button, don't want to hit the like button. You can make negative comment, do whatever you want. Go and take a look at his videos. Okay, there's only a dozen or so of them there. Okay, it's a dozen or so of them there. But go check out Rian's channel, which is something in its infancy. Okay, but in 30 days of sporadic posts, 2 to 3 a week, he's already garnered 1.1 million views. Okay, in 30 days. Okay, that's quite incredible. Okay, and he's only 13 years old. So take a look at Roshan Melwani on Instagram. Okay, but I told him that if you think that you can just get away with describing a suit, that's not going to work. Okay, now I've only told him this yesterday, coming home from dinner. We went out to dinner in Typhoon 8. Okay, so pre-hurricane. All right, because we knew all the schools were canceled and stuff, and I knew I couldn't get up and work out. All right, so I said to him that if you think that you can just get away from describing a suit, everything has evolved from that. All right. Okay. You've got to develop and project your own brand of humor. Okay. My dad never gave me any fucking advice anytime ever, except to shut the fuck up and be quiet. I swear to you, everything I ask when is be quiet, be patient, be quiet, be patient, be quiet, be patient. Eventually, Mr. Miyagi, right, with all his wax on, wax off shit, when Daniel-san, right, came to him and said, look, I've had enough. Daniel-san exploded. Mr. Miyagi showed him the value of wax on, wax off, right? Daniel-san was so fed up with waxing cars, painting the fence, all that shit. And it came to light and he was just done. And Mr. Miyagi let this cat out of the bag. But my father never let the cat out of the bag with me. So I don't know if there was a fucking cat in there. Or was I really the watchman? But I gave him 10 years of being the watchman. But with my son, I teach the motherfucker everything. I taught him some stuff yesterday on how to engage with celebrities. And he ended up engaging with 2 very low tier celebrities yesterday on his own, okay, through social media, which was incredible for him. And he was shocked. But my methodology worked for him, okay? It worked for him. And I was glad. So I try to guide Rian and stuff. There's not so much someone at 13 years old can understand. And I'm not selling him short in any ways, right? He's still a young boy, right? But I'm absolutely there for the guy in every ways. Every single ways I love my son. And my daughters allowed me to do that for them, and I want to do that for them. I would do that for them as well. So my message to him was that if you think you can just get away with just presenting the suit, you're not going to take off. All right. You need to develop and project your own brand of humor. You need to find a way. If you want to be successful, you need to find a way to be a breakout. And I say that to everybody. You know, I've said that in all my lectures at major institutions, primarily educational ones, right? I mean, I'm going back to, you know, when I spoke to the Chinese University program, these are big universities, okay? It's not any garbage stuff here we're talking about, right? I said that you want to be something, you're going to be a breakout. I want to repeat a lot of the stuff that I've spoken about in previous lives. Now, let me show you something, okay? Validation is that I'm a justice of peace. Validation is that on our national day, the National Day of the People's Republic of China, okay? The People's Republic of China's National Day. What does it say? The 76th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China National Day reception. You can fucking screenshot this, screen record this, you don't believe me. Okay? Please wear this guest badge for admission. On the 76th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China National Day reception, I'm invited by my government. Okay? Say they can fit 10,000 people. Okay, obviously, it won't be 10,000. Say they can fit 10,000 people into this hall where John Lee, right, our chief executive, will deliver a speech, and all the big wigs of Hong Kong will be there, obviously. I'm still in that one of 10,000 in my city of 7.5 million. Okay? So if anything, I will always say that my government recognizes me. Today's Wednesday. On Friday, I have a duty. I've got to attend 2 hearings where, you know, I will listen to appeals from people and stuff. I'll maybe talk about that on Sundays, Watchman'S Hour, where I've invited to sit on the panel for these hearings, to be a somewhat judge, to give opinion to a barrister who will be the foreman of this meeting. Okay. I'm invited by our Home Affairs Department, which is our State Department. Okay, if you live in the United States, it's your State Department. Hong Kong's our Home Affairs Department. If you live in the United Kingdom, it's your Home Office. Okay, and this is the real deal. Look, the letter, all right, from the Home Affairs Department. 19 September 2025, the National Day reception to celebrate the 76th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China on 1st October 2025. Thank you. This is from the fucking government. Thank you for accepting our invitation to attend the National Day reception on 1st of October 2025. Enclosed, please find your guest badge for the event. You're kindly requested to wear the badge for admission to the venue on October 1st. Please arrive blah, 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 before 8 a.m. Look at the guideline notice for guests, security, etc., etc. I'm obviously have to be vetted, okay, to be invited to something like this. And I'm invited year after year, and I obviously have to be vetted, right? So if I'm like a child molester or pedophile, right, then how does the Hong Kong government invite me to this stuff, right? And I've talked about this before, how, you know, 3 years on the trot, I was vetted by the Homeland Security in the United States, their arm here in Hong Kong, to be invited to the reception, the July 1st, 4th of July, 4th of July reception, 3 years on the trot by the U.S. Embassy here, right? And, you know, I even took just under a year ago, 9 months ago, the ambassador to Hong Kong, the United States ambassador to Hong Kong, and his wife to dinner. And the ambassador of the United States to Hong Kong has done multiple videos with me over the last 3 years. And he wouldn't do that. Okay. if what the majority of his own citizens is stupid Americans in the comments. I mean, it's all Americans, let's be honest, right? Talking about this pedophilia shit, right? So as I laying my soul bare to you, right, previously about my legacy and stuff, I'll also tell you, like, I can go on an endless list of things that I've accomplished and endless things of validation and credence that I have, okay, by both the Hong Kong government and the United States government. Okay, I could go on and on and on. All right. But I don't think there's a need for that. All right. I always stress you need to be somebody. Okay. That's my mantra to everyone, right? Don't come to me for advice if you don't want to hear that. Now, I've talked over and over again about I don't have any male friends. Male friends are losers, right? But, women close in my life who have also shed. Okay. I only have my wife in my life. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I always said that I need to be somebody. I want to be somebody. You should be somebody. My kids should be somebody. I stress this. No matter how small a thing you do to be somebody, okay? No matter how small the thing you do to try and be somebody, I don't know who the person you want to be is, okay? All right? Trust me, it will be significant. And even if I'm wrong and you try and attempt to be somebody, if I'm wrong and you don't get anywhere with it, right? Then you don't lose anything. But my advice always is to everyone to try and be somebody. And I say to everyone, you must trust me. It will pay off. And even if you don't get anything out of it, you're not going to lose anything. A small achievement every day is very, very tough. But a small achievement every week, I think, is doable. Okay? All right? A small achievement every week is doable. And if you aim for that small achievement every week, you're building your own little steps, okay, to being someone. Now, I live in a city of 7.5 million people. Let's say that this reception can accommodate 20,000. I think it's only going to be 1,000 people there, okay? But this is for the assholes and the haters, right? See, 20,000 people could be here, okay? Probably only 1,000 will be, right? Then I'm one of 20,000 from the 7.5 million people that live in my city, which makes me somebody that I'm invited by my government. Okay. And if you try to achieve something every single day, something small, every single week, something small, every single month, okay, if you try, all right, and you build your steps, you'll be somebody. Okay. You start to try and be somebody. If you can't break out immediately as a global personality, right? You start small. Start to be someone in your fucking street, someone in your fucking community, someone in your fucking town, someone in your fucking city, okay? Someone in your fucking state, someone in your country, okay? But you have to try. You have to work hard and try. And if you don't, right, you'll be a nobody. And I don't believe, I think, I've said it over and over again, that I think humans are intrinsically wired, chemically wired in their DNA to want to be somebody. And I've pleaded with everyone always, even if they don't want to hear it, that be brave. Try to be Tom Cruise. Try to be the hero. Try to be Rocky Balboa. Try to be the hero. Try to be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Try to be the hero. You know what I mean? It's not going to hurt. It's like when I used this anecdote with you guys before. It's like when I went to a club, 18 years old, 19 years old, 20, 21, 22, 23 and stuff. Like I was like, look, if I talk to the girl and she fucking bails, she tells me to fuck off, right? I'm still at the position where I am if I don't go talk to the girl. So always, always, always go talk to the girl. Okay? Now, I need to take a fucking piss like a bitch ass nigga. So you need to wait for me for 1 second, okay? I'll be back. Don't run away, all right? I've got more to talk about, and then I'm going to take your questions, all right? Papa, you okay? I'm just taking a piss. You want to just sit there and say hi for 1 minute, please, for me? Piss. Yeah, so one of the reasons I stay under 16% body fat, and I'm still, I'm not giving myself enough credit because, I spend some parts of the year being in single digits as well. One of the reasons I stay under 16% body fat, no matter what year round, right, is that I don't eat breakfast most of the time unless I'm on vacation, right? I drink a shitload of water. I'm talking about fucking shitload in the mornings, and I drink a shitload of fucking coffee because I honestly believe, and I don't drink any coffee after say like 10 a.m. and stuff, right? Unless I'm on vacation sometimes. But I just feel that keeps up the metabolism jacked and the appetite down. And that's one of the reasons. I appreciate you all staying with me. Can you continue to like and share the live? Please keep liking, clicking like, and share the live. Okay. So I did the last Watchman's Hour on Sunday, and it was a fucked up rainy day, and we stayed close by, and we went for an amazing lunch. Serena didn't join us. Me, Saloni, Sari, and Rian went for an amazing lunch. The night before, I went for an amazing dinner, which was just shockingly expensive. Shows you how expensive Hong Kong is. But I had such a great lunch that I've been dreaming about this fucking sushi fucking place that I went to every single day since then. And then we went for a movie, which is something we rarely ever do. All right. I have a major problem falling asleep in my own bed. But anywhere else I go, I could fall asleep at work anytime. Every film, every movie that I go for with my family, which is like once a year maybe or something, I fucking fall asleep in this movie. So I don't even know the name of the fucking movie. Okay, it had Riz Ahmed, I think that's his name, in it. Some nice looking woman, and then this other fucking guy, non-American. He was in one of the Terminator movies and stuff, a new movie. And I just couldn't keep my eyes open. It was crazy. It happens to me all the time. All right. Monday, I believe I did a live stream presentation to the United States where I talked about one-on-ones, and I showed off an amazing suit and an amazing jacket for my client in Seattle. I shipped that on Monday. Okay. So it was his Sunday night in the United States. I shipped that Monday afternoon, Hong Kong. Wednesday morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. for me here right now. The client already has it. That means he received it his Tuesday evening, and it fits like a glove. Okay. And then Tuesday, I showed off another one-of-one and in another live stream presentation to Burbank, California. And the jacket, the suit was so beautiful. And I said to you guys, I said on that live stream at the start of it in my monologue, and I'm saying to you guys right now, I have a problem. But first, my question to you, are you ready to send me your measurements? Okay. Are you ready to send me your measurements and pay me? Okay. Because I believe hundreds of people should be doing that. Okay. Tens of people should be doing that daily. All right. And I'm struggling to get even one person now to do it daily when I was getting multiple people to do it during the pandemic. What's the problem? What's the risk? When you're watching every day that one person, okay, sending me their measurements and paying me, and then me creating a one-on-one for them, what's stopping you guys? All right. Pull the trigger. How long do I have to continue to prove myself to you? Okay. I did it for 3 years, every single day straight. Okay. 36 or 35 months, and then plus a few more months over the pandemic. And I continue to do it daily now. All right. Okay. But I haven't fallen off. Unk hasn't fallen off, bro hasn't fallen off, but yes, these suit sales have fallen off, right? I'm still getting them. You're seeing the amazing work that I've done. You're seeing the risk that people are supposedly taking by sending me their measurements and sending me their cash. I'm not going to steal your cash. If your measurements are wrong, I will be able to interpret them as wrong. Okay. And I'll still, no matter what, deliver to you the most amazing fucking suit that you've ever had. So I'm going to conclude on that and ask you, are you ready to send me your measurements and pay or not? And now since we're an hour into the stream, I will gladly take your questions. My glasses on, and if you have questions, it's so chattery during the stream, but nobody Paco Ruan, where are you based right now? Are you here in Hong Kong? And when can I make you the next sports coat? I think it's a pointless question that you're asking, Goku. Why would I guess your height and weight? Just send me your measurement through the measurement chart on my website. Why do you say Trump has ruined the fun of the consent videos, Chris Poet? What do I do when I don't feel 100%? I just fucking grind. All I do is grind. If I miss your question, repost it, okay? I absolutely fucking grind all the time. A suit is 1,000 sterling, okay? I am of only Indian heritage. My lineage is pure. I am a Bibin Sindhi. I married a Bibin Sindhi. My parents are Bibin Sindhis. My children are currently Bibin Sindhis. Okay, so down to the caste as well. I do keep measurements, Sander Thompson. Send WhatsApp me or email me a photo of the order code stitched inside the last jacket I made you. I do have my own underwear brand, plentyofconsent.com. And actually I'm wearing my underwear right now. Plenty of Consent. Okay. I have not seen what's happening outside. The typhoon seems fine on the ground in TST, but my condo, which is 12 floors above in TST, is shaking like crazy. I don't understand what you mean by what put you in Hong Kong. I was born and raised in here. I'm sure if I walk 1 kilometer down to the Harborside Harry Chandler, it would be pretty crazy. Harry Chandler, you live in Hong Kong. Have you not bought a suit from me? I don't fix suits. I have a Telegram account, yes. Roshan Melwani or Sam Steele, you'll be able to find me. I don't fix suits. That's not the type of tailor that I am. I'll fix my own suits, you know what I mean, if you purchase them from me. I don't take crypto, but I don't do alterations on other people's stuff. What is a southeastern English accent? Explain to me. I'm intrigued. And Coco Alex, where are you from? It's not a German sign, it's a Hindu sign, silly man. The books in the back are client order books. I'm surprised that we covered so many topics that I spoke for like 56 minutes, but nobody has any questions on that. I make Prince Charlie jackets all the time. You can see some incredible Prince Charlie jackets I made for a guy called Jay Lee in Cebu. And I've done it on live stream. Yes. I've done hair tutorials. They're on my Insta. Just look at my Insta feed. You'll find it. And it's easy. But how old are you, Harry Chandler? AQZ, I appreciate you so much. He says that he purchased my underwear and it's the best fucking fabric I've bought from Undergarment. Obviously, I'm going to wear my own fucking underwear. It's going to be good. I don't have any favorite color to wear a suit. I wear all colors. I have so many suits. So do you go to Kellett, Harry Chandler? I would always say that the best suit for a job interview is a blue suit, a very dark blue suit. But I would still say that your first suit should be a black suit. I'm going to stick to that. I guess the most important moment in my life was becoming a father for the first time. So I'm definitely, this is my accent my whole life, Coco Alex. And where are you right now? My son is upstairs in my condo. He came down to help me open up the store. So me personally, I've worked with Prince Edward a number of times, and my father has worked with Prince Edward as well, Prince Andrew, I believe, Sarah Ferguson for sure, and what's the king's wife's name right now? I forgot her name again. Tell me what the king's wife's name is. What's the current queen's name? He's worked with her many, many, many times. So are you in Kent right now? Yeah, for Camilla Parker Bowles. The Plenty of Consent underwear is unisex. I've never worked with Ronaldo. Believe me, if I worked with Ronaldo, everybody would know. Okay. So Joe, where are you? It doesn't matter where you are in the world. I can make a Prince Charlie jacket for you. The most important moment in my career is impossible to answer because I don't believe it exists yet. That's for others to judge. Okay. For me, any small good thing that I do, I could possibly classify as a crowning moment in my career. So if we take my London trip, working with Alan Shearer in my suite, working with Les Ferdinand, live streaming the whole thing, talking to the students of King's College London, talking to the members of the Oriental Club, these are all crowning moments in my career. I can't really talk about the work that I did for Inter Miami. It's a bit hush-hush. But I have posted a lot of stuff, including me with David Beckham, right? So there's some things I can't talk about because some people don't appreciate that. And the Inter Miami project is one of those things. There's nothing sinister about it and stuff. It's just some people are quite quiet. But you could see that my seat was literally right behind David Beckham. And you could see how amazing David Beckham was to my family. And yeah, that's another crowning moment in my career. Ari Chandler, I don't know who your brother is, but I want you to come buy a suit for me. I want you to tell your dad to come buy a suit for me. What does your dad do? You asked me a specific question about my time at King's College London. I'll answer it because there's no reason for me to be expansive on it because the entire talk was live streamed and is available on my Instagram feed to watch, right? So you can, if you ask me any questions specifically, I'll answer them. You ask me if I'm fine, I'm fine. It's a silly question. I've been a Liverpool fan for a long time. Is my son legal? What does that mean? Are you talking badly about my son? Do you think that you will be judged in any positive way by anybody ever? I've worked with many, many, many famous soccer players. Okay. You don't need to purchase a suit at age 18 and above. You can purchase a suit anytime. I've worked with Alan Shearer, Les Ferdinand, Jamie Vardy, Shinji, Kasper Schmeichel, James Beattie, Matt Letitia, Wes Brown, Lee Hendry, Chris Kirkland, Kenny Dalglish, Kevin Keegan. Do I really need to go on? Ruud Gullit, Alexei Lalas. I think that every woman that meets me desires me. And I think that every woman, most of the time I say, I know, but in this situation, I'm going to say, I think, okay? I think that every woman that watches me desires me as well. I mean, you can judge who the most famous is, right? I would say that the most famous soccer player I've worked with is Alan Shearer, right? Some people would say it's Kevin Keegan, right? Some people would say it's Ruud Gullit. The David Beckham video was amazing. Big win for Liverpool, absolutely. I'm based in Hong Kong. I've worked with President Clinton, both President Bushes. I try and work out 5 days a week, but it's not happening this week with the hurricane here. I've just talked about some of the biggest footballers on the planet, Chris Poet. I don't know how young and how stupid you are, but by saying that, you are making yourself sound very, 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 very stupid. If you don't know how Alan Shearer is, you are the dumbest fuck I've ever met in my entire life, to be honest with you, because he is the leading striker in the history of the English Premiership, and nobody can get near him. I'm in Chim Sa Choi. Do you know Hong Kong? Hong Kong is small. It doesn't really matter where I'm in Hong Kong. I have so many famous clients. I've worked with Kevin Spacey, Sigourney Weaver, Russell Crowe. How can I rank them? Yes, Ruud Gullit is massive. He's a former. Didn't he win the Ballon d'Or? Am I not mistaken? And the guy says he hasn't even heard of it. It's how fucking stupid he is, right? And to actually say something like that, I mean, does it make him realize how fucking stupid that he is, that he doesn't know who Ruud Gullit or Alan Shearer are? I mean, it's so dumb. I lived in the United States, in New York City, for 3 years. When I attended NYU, I got a dual degree in finance and economics. I don't shine my head. I don't know what that means. I don't know who's uncle from Bikers. I don't know what the fuck this means. So I work really, really hard. And I basically get up at about 4 a.m., do do what work that I'm motivated to do. Before I'd stress about doing as much work as I can or whatever I thought it was needed to do. Now I just, do it now, I do it later, whatever. I'm still getting work done, right? Then I go for a workout, then I come home, I do a little bit more work, and unwind a bit with more coffee, and then I go to work and stuff. I'll alter it for a year to Harry, be positive. I spend a bunch of time with my family in the evenings. Pre-pandemic, I used to work. Look, before I had children, I'd work till 8:30. Okay, and then once my kids were born, 8:30 became 8:15. 8:15 became 8. 8 became 7:45. 7:45 became 7:30. 7:30 became 7:15. 7:15 became 7. 7 became 6:45, etc., etc. And then the pandemic came, and then it just became 6 o'clock. And now I'm not going back to working till later than that. But I've compensated by getting up at 4 a.m. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When I first started working for my father, I'd get up, have a cup of fucking Indian tea, brush, shower, fucking go to work, right? Life has changed. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's evolved and stuff. My suit started 1,000 sterling. I was born and raised in Hong Kong. I think Armani makes great suits. Their longevity speaks of it. But I don't think they offer the value that I do. They're so expensive. And they're good quality, but they're ordinary. I've talked about these books and opened up these books and had so many conversations about them, scores of times. I work with homosexuals virtually every day. There's no gay policy at Sam's Tailor. We work with everybody. I need at least 4 working days to make a suit if we're going to do that. The best advice I've received is this, but my hands are tied and I could never make it come to fruition. A guy called Patrick Herbert told me about 20 years ago. He said, Roshan, you'll become successful when you can just sit and have people make money for you. I've got the solution to making that happen, but I'm not allowed to make that happen because of my father and uncle. I'm handcuffed by them. And that's basically it. I'm reading Insta comments. I'm reading TikTok comments. So yeah, the accusation is quite poor. Best source of protein is definitely like shellfish and seafood, right? Like if you eat prawns, the calories are so low and the protein is so high. And then follow that up with lobster. The calories are pretty low and the protein is so high. And then follow that by halibut. The calories are pretty fucking low and the protein is very high. So I would say those are my top 3 sources of protein. I could throw scallops in there, but then the protein is okay. The only advantage is the calories are extremely low. David Beckham video would have been February last year. It's about a year and a half back. One client again, who would it be? It would be with President Bush Jr. If I could work with one client again, who would it be? So you can send me your measurements or your sizes through the measurement chart on my website, samstailor.com. And then I can make you something amazing. I think February 2024 was when Inter Miami won Hong Kong. What's my strongest skill? The ability to talk in any situation to anybody without stuttering, shying away. That's my strongest skill. I would also say bravery. I'm a pretty brave person, but sometimes you can be scared. I would appreciate if all of you purchase a suit from me right now. It starts at 1,000 sterling. I need at least 4 working days. I don't think you'd want to rush me that much, though, right? But I need at least 4 working days. Look, we've got a great crowd. And if you keep the comments coming, the questions coming, I will stay with you. But if the questions dry up of becoming farcical, they aren't farcical today, then I will go. What about top only? Speak better. What about just a jacket, right? Start with the full suit. There's no point in starting with just a jacket when you're engaging this. I would definitely open a second shop, but my hands are tied. Harry Chandler, you don't need me to convert sterling to Hong Kong dollars for you. Suit is 1,000 sterling. I've been to Canada once for a couple of days in like 1996 or 1997. Have I ever been insecure about myself? Yes, but a very long time ago. You know what I mean? Primarily in my teens. I broke out of any sort of insecurity in my teens, and I haven't had any insecurity since then. Um, my hands are tied by my father and uncle. They're not very progressive. They're not very experimental, and they just want to stay the same all the time. I don't like to use the term fly me out, but I'm at a stage in my career that if I'm going to go anywhere, it's going to be because I'm beckoned. So, either there's something really, a gig that I'm really interested in doing, like, speaking King's College London, speaking at the Oriental Club, being invited to Tottenham Hotspur, being invited to Southampton Football Club, and working with Alan Shearer, working with Les Ferdinand. That's the only way I'm going to cough up cash to go, right? Generally, I'm beckoned or summoned. I'm flown out. I need at least 2 business class tickets and like a Ritz-Carlton suite. Never sacrifice sleep for anything. I've never worked Raheem Sterling. So I think that for me, right, that it's really irrelevant how well Liverpool play. Okay, all that matters is that they keep winning. I don't care who scores, when they score, how they score, whatever. That they keep winning. I couldn't care less, right? I couldn't care less what style they play. The fact that they won is all that matters. I think they're very stupid to keep throwing away leads. What do they do against Bournemouth? 2-0 up, 2-2. What do they do against Newcastle? 2-0 up, then 1 man up and 2-2, right? What do they do against Everton? It should end at 4-0, not 2-1, right? Atletico 2-0 up. You know what I mean? I can talk about that shit all day. You don't need me to talk about it. You can read all about it on Sky Sports, right? And stuff. What did they do last night against Southampton, right? Throw away the lead again. So it doesn't matter how Liverpool play as long as they win. I am one of the leading creators on Cameo. I encourage all of you for $10 US to purchase a Cameo from me. I'm hilarious. I'm completely unhinged, unfiltered. I'm absolutely wild. You can pay me to say anything. How did I get to meet David? I'm a very hardworking guy. We try and keep our clients separate. I'm struggling to find a TV show to watch. It's all rubbish. I started this one show with David Banner. I can't remember what it's called. I think I watched the first, maybe even up to 5 episodes. I was struggling. It was so bad. I watched this one show about fires. There's this fire guy and this cop lady, and it's just so slow burn and shit. Okay. And then I started watching Hostage, and then I was like, this is so immature and stuff. So all I've been watching is either the news or like YouTube Sky Sports, right? I need a great show. I have Amazon, I have Apple TV, I have Netflix, but I can't find a good show to watch. Game of Thrones, I've also, I've seen it all, right? Long ago. I don't know if House of Dragons ever came out with season 3. I think I've seen season 1 and 2. What's the Bear? I won't watch anything old. I'll only watch something totally new. I won't go backwards. I don't know what is DBZ, man. Speak English to me. So how do I stay lean? I get asked this all the time. You started doing calisthenics watching my videos, Cass? Can you tell me more about yourself? I mean, that means so much to me. It's new and it's a good show. I can't watch anime. So nobody ever wants to hear. Everybody asks me about doing uh, about how I stay lean, but nobody wants to commit to it. Hello, Kuala Lumpur. Prioritize protein. Okay. Eat single ingredient foods. And that's basically it. Prioritize protein. Eat single ingredient foods. Don't eat shit. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's simple. You don't need meat. I've made so many workout videos over the years, guys. I mean, I've been posting since 2007, when it was only pictures you could post or nothing you could post. Peacemaker is too old for me to watch. Is that the new series or the old movie? I have, since video came out, I've been posting workout videos, stupid workout videos going back to God knows what age I was. I appreciate all the recommendations that you guys are giving me. But I don't think that I need to post another workout video, right? I can talk about what I do very, very, very easily here, which I've talked about so many times. All I fucking do, okay, all right, is pull-ups, dips, a basic yoga routine, okay, always downward dog, upward dog, okay, so really stretching my hamstrings, and then sprints. So dips, pull-ups, downward and upward dog, really loosen up my hamstrings, and sprints. Am I pro-Israel or pro-Palestine? Honestly, I'm an Indian living in fucking China. I couldn't give a flying fuck, all right? So I'm going to tell you two things, okay? Absolutely, what is happening in Palestine is a fucking disaster, right? There's no way that I side with the Israelis. What I will also say is that why can't Hamas just give up the hostages? You know what I mean? So really no point to me discuss this. It makes no fucking sense. If Palestine want to blame anyone, blame fucking Hamas, right? Because that's where it starts. I mean, you do push-ups. Of course, push-ups are fucking brilliant. But I think dips are better. And that's that. Okay, any more questions? I mean, I think we've had a great conversation today. I think I've talked about amazing stuff. And that's pretty much it. I don't really think I've ever cared about the money, right? I want to be somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Bro, it's not about finding your worth in the world, okay? It's about knowing that you are worthy, okay? That everybody is born worthy. You're born worthy, okay? So stay worthy, okay? Don't be a degenerate. Now, this is fucking important. You ask me, how do I find my worth in this world, okay? Everybody is born worthy. That's what God gives you, okay? You fuck that up by being a degenerate. You fuck that up by doing narcotics. You fuck that up by not working. You fuck that up by going on welfare. You fuck that up by being a radical, okay? You know what? Let's take that out of the equation. Forget that being a radical. Be whatever you want. But don't fuck it up by not doing shit. By not doing shit for the planet, not doing shit for your community, not doing shit for your city, for your family, and stuff. We're all born worthy. That's what God gives us, okay? We're all born worthy. All right. You can add to that, or you can negate from it. Okay. And things from negating from it are, like I said, being a degenerate, not adding to society, not adding to your home, your street, your village, your town, your city, your state, your country. Okay. Going on welfare, protesting, being a leftist and stuff. You're going to negate from that, but never think that you have to find your worth in this world, because you're all born worthy. It doesn't matter that you're born in poverty, okay? You can get a job. People don't want to fucking work. That's a fucking problem, okay? All right? I don't need to say it. White people in developed countries don't want to work hard. and that's the truth. Okay? So I don't know what to tell you, right? But we are all born worthy. Don't ever think that you're not born worthy. Oh my goodness. You know what I mean? Joey Zink, that means so much to me. I really mean that. You know what I mean? means so much to me. I thought that was a fucking great question and a great answer. I work with Jews every single day, both Jews from all over the world and Jews from Israel itself. You can send me your measurements through the measurement chart on my website. This is to many people's questions here on both streams. And I will make you something amazing. And I do that all day, every day. And the proof is in the pudding. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I wanted to tell you about what happened in your room.
What?
It's leaking from 13th floor. So I told her already.
Okay, so where are you guys going now?
I'm just going here, outside.
Do you want to come and say hello? All right, so I'm going to introduce you to two people, one of which you know very well and one of which you may not know. Let's start with the one. Can you sit down and just introduce yourself to the three screens, and then you can go? Hurry up, because you're on my stream.
Hi, my name is Rian.
Okay. Bye. You look terrible. This is the worst I've ever seen you look in my life.
I'm wearing my.
Hurry up, hurry up. Can you introduce yourself?
My
You look
God.
absolutely horrendous.
I'm going to
I'm
go
so
out in the
sorry.
rain. Hi, everyone. I'm Saloni. Nice to meet you. Going
You
to go out
sound
in
like
the
a
rain
child
now.
as well.
Bye.
Can you check if the Mira coffee shop is open? We can go there for lunch.
Car. Okay, fine.
Okay.
I don't want my hair to get wet. My hair gets wet.
My ceiling is leaking in my bedroom.
Yeah.
So tell these fuckers here, man. I can't. How the fuck?
It's from 13th floor.
Tell them fast.
I already told. Carson's coming.
Carson is coming.
Yes.
Call Ali as well, the bastard. I don't know what the fuck some people are saying, but I appreciate UAQZ. Tamasha, who are you? It's not a swastika, dumb fuck. I am the best sailor around. I speak English. Suit is 1,000 sterling. Entire city is shut down. I post on Instagram every single day without fail. It's a Hindu symbol. It's not a swastika. I mean, white people are weird as fuck. Seriously, you know what I mean? All hate is born and emanates from white people, Western white people. So like United States primarily, and then United Kingdom a little bit and stuff. I don't know, bro. When I went out today, it seemed fine on the street, but upstairs in my condo is shaking like crazy. I speak English. You can just exist if you want. You're wasting your fucking life. That's my belief, right? You know what I mean? Take it how you want, and so forth. I'm not fucking here to judge you and stuff. Bro, I don't know. Let them handle this problem, man. Much, you know what I mean? I make money, so I don't have to fucking handle these fucking problems. White shoe sterling is the highest currency for and stuff, right? So you've got Hong Kong dollars, right? US dollars, I could say Singaporean dollars, I could say euros, right? But sterling is the highest, so it's 1,000 sterling for the suit. And there's nothing wrong with sterling, and I think the sterling predates the US dollar. So why should it be US dollars? The sterling predates the US dollar, predates the Hong Kong dollar, the Singaporean dollar, and the euro, right? You're asking me, and I take umbrage with this, okay? I really take umbrage with this. Becky, where are you from? Why choose sterling and not US dollars for pricing? Are most of your customers outside the United States? No, the United States is my biggest market. The sterling predates all the current major currencies, okay? And hence I give it respect and I price it out in sterling. I just work really hard and I manage my time really, really well. Harry, you're a bit young to be categorized. I think my favorite color is yellow. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with what I'm saying, right? You know what I mean? The sterling is the oldest major currency. Thank you for all the love, everybody. So I don't understand. You know what I mean? Like I think my answer is brilliant. I think my answer just shocked you, and I think my answer put you in place. I appreciate you, Tony Soprano. I don't have any books that I could fucking possibly recommend. My favorite protein meal would be obviously steak. I love Americans and I love America. Okay, I think we're pretty dry now, right? My suits had cost 1,000 sterling. My glasses are Rigards. You can get them at the New Black Optical, Hong Kong. My horse pin you can purchase at joys.26. I went to NYU. I want to go to Qatar or Saudi Arabia. See, lame jokes just make you sound lame. That's the thing. Okay, I think we're dry. I love my earrings, don't you? I love these diamonds even more. Guys, I think I should go. Otherwise, we could just talk forever. I appreciate you very, very, very much. I'm going to end the Insta stream first and take a few more questions on TikTok. We've been going for 85 minutes, and it should be just the Watchman's hour. You can send me your, remember, all of you send me your measurements through the measurement chart on my website, and then I can make you something amazing. You've got to pay me as well. You don't need to worry. I will make you the greatest one-on-one suit ever, and it'll be all about you. And I would rather live in London than the United States. First, bye to Insta, and thank you so much. Anybody I recognize? Tomasho, you've been amazing today. Well done to you. Harry, good and bad, but immature. Jenny White, do we know each other? Okay. Let's share this now. Long live America. I'm with you. I'm grateful to you, Jake. How long have you been on the stream? Did you get on from the start? My advice on getting women is being really nice, being a gentleman. Get cleaned up. Make sure your beard has a good trim, or you're cleanly shaven. Make sure your nails are perfect and shining, and make sure you have nice clothes on and stuff. And just talk nice. You know what I mean? Women are there to be nurtured. I appreciate you. It's Saja. Long live Israel. Long live everybody. My least favorite quality about the United States is the hate. I don't know what's with the hate all the time. I appreciate you, Boba. You should buy a suit. Ghost Kid, this is my 26th year on the job. Chris Boat, much love to you. Jake, thanks for sticking around. Everyone should be confident. You only have one life to live. Live it. Liverpool will win the title this year. China has no hate like the United States. He's not my president, and it's not my country, so it doesn't really matter to me. Favorite sports team you can see behind me? Take a risk. Just go up and talk to the girl. You've got nothing to lose. You've got nothing to lose. My biggest regret in life is not grabbing my dad and telling him, bro, let's be a fucking team. Let's be a team. Let's be a team. Let's be a team. Until you listen to me. I don't. What is Hoodrich? I just picked this up in London when I was there. What is Hoodrich? Tell me. I have no fucking clue. I didn't even look them up. I saw the T-shirt looked good. It was a great price, and I bought it. It fit me perfect. So what is Hoodrich? You guys tell me. I don't know what is UK roadmen and kids. United States. How old are you?
24.
Say it again. We're back to normal. Cool. Bro, as always, I appreciate you. Please repost it and please forward it to everyone. Thank you. So is that a good thing or a bad thing that I'm wearing Hoodrich? Are they good people or bad people? I appreciate you, Danielle. Of course, the jacket is by me.
Okay, so the Mira coffee shop is open.
Yeah.
Girl Maya is still there.
Okay, tell her we'll come for lunch.
I told her they were gonna. Is it open for lunch? She said yeah, and it's a la carte and buffet.
Great.
But right now it's breakfast for them.
Okay, okay. But we'll go there for lunch.
Hotel guests were going in, and then we cleared some branches from the street. We were good citizens. You want to go the other way down? See?
What this is? Yes, I think this is a very old label of ours. What is it? Is that your belly or something that you're showing off? I mean, you can't really look back. You asked me a question about regret and stuff, then I'll give you an answer. I think, Ryan, you buy a suit now is much better. Goodness me, it is Typhoon 10 in Hong Kong. Even YouTube, I'm still with you. Which, for you white people there, that's like a hurricane. This is not as good as before. Michael, have you purchased a suit from me before? Morning in Hong Kong. Typhoon 10 in Hong Kong. Okay. Bro, have you missed the whole fucking live? It's a fucking hurricane outside. The entire city is shut down. Which, for you white people there, that's like a hurricane. All right. It's Wednesday morning in Hong Kong. I have a terrible relationship with my father. Typhoon 10, which is like as he's gotten older, he's become such a dick. Such a shame. Well, he's always been a dick. Goodness me. I think I'm going to go, guys. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I love you all. Danielle, Lisa, thank you for everything. There were questions, I would stay. But there's no questions. Remember, send me your measurements to the measurement chart on my website, and then I'll make you something amazing. I have 2 younger sisters. God bless you all. I appreciate you. Watch the video that I posted this morning. Watch the video I posted this morning. Share it for me. Even though every school in Hong Kong is shut, even though from what I see, everything outside is shut, even though... YouTube, you're still on. Goodbye. Grateful.